Welcome to Creepy, the best horror storyteller on YouTube.
This is a story about a man named Jack, who had a very strange and scary experience while working as a corrections officer at a rural prison. He saw something that he could not explain, and that changed his life forever. Jack had been working at the prison for a few years, and he was used to the routine. He drove the perimeter of the property for his entire shift, where he would check empty buildings for runaway inmates. It was generally a boring job, but he did not mind. He liked the peace and quiet, and he enjoyed reading magazines in his truck. One night, Jack was parked on a hill overlooking the prison. He was reading a magazine about cars, and he was feeling relaxed. He did not notice anything unusual until he started to feel a thumping in his body. He described it as the feeling you get when speakers are playing a song with really heavy bass. He felt the vibrations in his chest, and he wondered what was causing it. He put the magazine down and checked his rearview mirror where he saw someone outside the truck. He was shocked to see a man wearing a feathered headdress and a leather tunic. He had long black hair and dark skin, and he looked like a Native American. He was standing behind the truck, and he was staring at Jack with a serious expression. Jack grabbed his pistol and jumped out of the truck with his weapon drawn. He shouted at the man to identify himself and to stay where he was. He thought the man might be an escaped inmate, or a trespasser, or maybe even a prankster. But he was wrong. Outside the truck, he realized it was not just one man, but a whole procession of Native Americans walking through the truck and directly through his seat, only to disappear at the exact spot he was sitting. It was clear they were ghosts because many of them appeared injured. Some had arrows in their backs, some had blood on their faces, some had broken limbs. They all looked sad and angry, and they did not seem to notice Jack at all. They just kept walking, one after another, as if they were following a leader. Jack was terrified and confused. He did not know what to do or what to think. He had never believed in ghosts or anything supernatural. He was a rational and logical person, and he always looked for a reasonable explanation. But he could not find one for what he was seeing. He felt like he was in a nightmare, and he wanted to wake up. He called the other perimeter guy on his walkie to try to explain and to ask for help. His name was Mike, and he was a friend of Jack. He was also driving around the prison, but on the opposite side. He answered Jack's call and asked him what was wrong. Jack tried to tell him what he was seeing, but he could not find the words. He sounded scared and nervous, and he stuttered a lot. He said something about ghosts and Native Americans and thumping. He asked Mike to come to his location and to see for himself. Mike did not believe him. He thought Jack was joking, or maybe drunk, or maybe having a breakdown. He had seen this happen before, but he did not believe in ghosts, so he would not talk about it. He had been working at the prison for a long time, and he knew its history. He knew that the prison was built on an ancient burial ground, and that many Native Americans had died there. He knew that some people claimed to see their spirits and to hear their drums. He knew that some people called it the haunted prison, and that some people refused to work there. But he did not care. He thought it was all nonsense, and he ignored it. He told Jack to calm down and to stop making things up. He told him to get back in his truck and to finish his shift. He told him to forget about the ghosts and to never mention them again. He said he was not coming to his location, and he hung up the walkie. Jack felt alone and betrayed. He did not understand why Mike did not believe him, or why he did not help him. He thought Mike was his friend, and that he would trust him. He felt hurt and angry, and he wanted to prove him wrong. He decided to take a picture of the ghosts and to show it to Mike. He thought that would convince him, and that he would apologize. He took out his phone, and he turned on the camera. He aimed it at the truck, and he waited for the next ghost to appear. He did not have to wait long. He saw a woman walking through the truck, and he pressed the button. He heard the click, and he looked at the screen. He expected to see the woman, but he did not. He saw something else. He saw a face that was not human, a face that was twisted and distorted and full of hate. A face that looked at him with glowing red eyes and a mouth full of sharp teeth. A face that made him scream. He dropped the phone, and he backed away from the truck. He realized that he had made a mistake. He realized that the ghosts were not friendly or harmless. He realized that they were angry and vengeful. He realized that they did not like him or anyone who worked at the prison. He realized that they wanted him to leave or to die. He ran to his truck and he tried to start it. He hoped to drive away and to escape, but he was too late. The truck did not start. The engine did not turn. The battery was dead. He looked around and he saw the ghosts. They were everywhere. They surrounded him and they closed in on him. They reached out their hands and they touched him. They made him feel their pain and their rage. They made him feel their death. He screamed again and he blacked out. The next morning, Mike found him. He drove to his location and he saw his truck. He saw the blood on the windows and the bullet holes on the doors. He saw the phone on the ground and the picture on the screen. He saw the face. He did not scream. He did not black out. He did not feel anything. He picked up the phone and he deleted the picture. He called the authorities and he reported the incident. He said that Jack had been attacked by an unknown assailant and that he had died from his injuries. He said that he had no idea who did it or why. He said that he had not seen or heard anything. He lied. He knew the truth, but he did not say it. He did not want to admit it. He did not want to face it. He did not want to believe it. He did not want to believe in ghosts.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more similar horror stories.